there's no doubt that eventually with SGE from Google, which is Search Generative Experience, Perplexity, ChatGPT Search, it will cannibalize the website's traffic for sure. Eventually that will be impacted. But there will be measures being put in eventually to give the power back to the publishers on the websites.
Continuing to transform how we access information, and search engines are feeling the pressure to adapt. Google has already integrated AI-generated summaries directly onto its search results, and this is reshaping the way users find answers. Now, OpenAI is stepping into the space with ChatGPT Search, a feature designed to compete head-to-head with traditional search engines by delivering real-time AI-powered answers drawn from verified online sources. So, Raj, we've chatted about search engine optimization and how AI is going to impact this going forward. What are your initial thoughts on this?
Well, I would say this launch from ChatGPT is more of a marketing one as opposed to real innovation there, because it has this function with ChatGPT already, but now you have a nice shiny icon on the ChatGPT interface which says click on this icon to be able to get real-time information in a search. So now I can use the actual brain of the ChatGPT, which is called Corpus, and real-time search, it was called RAG, to kind of go out and find information which it doesn't have already. But it does really challenge Google in the right way, because Google had its dominance the longest time in search, and they felt like, you know what, we are untouchable. The reality is that's incorrect, because now we have ChatGPT with its Search GPT, as well as the ability of Perplexity and other tools as well. So we're going to see a lot of innovation in this space.
Yeah. How do you see this reshaping the way people look for information online? Because if you've been using ChatGPT or any of the other generative AI tools to generate answers for you up to this point, it's a lot easier than trying to search for something online. And the fact that tools like Perplexity and Gemini and now ChatGPT are able to provide resources that link to that information, this is really going to change the complete role of traditional search engines, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, before we had team members who went to these tools like Google to do the searches for you. Now what you have is you have the tool and the AI built into it. So it's actually a package deal where you have the team effectively as part of the search itself. The structured answers with you alongside the resources or the links to the actual source of the information as well. Sometimes they are incorrect, I must add that as well, but that'll get better over time. Saying that, I feel the obligation to be precise now moves from the user who does the searches to the tool which provides you the information. So now when I enter, for example, the best Chinese food in London, earlier it was my job to find the best Chinese restaurant based on my criteria. But now ChatGPT and Perplexity's job as well to give the right information. This is all summarized for me. So in that, I need to find the right information. Saying that, also, what is incredible about the new Search GPT is that it's geolocation ability. So if you look for it in, for example, Cape Town or London or Bangkok or Hong Kong, you get different answers based on where you are. And that's really powerful. It starts getting maps there, for example, as well. So it knows where you are, it knows your context, it knows you from the memory it has as well. So that seems to be more precise for me, more than just the summarized information you have from Search GPT or Perplexity.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about where it's getting this information from. It's specifically said verified sources. So what measures are in place to ensure accuracy? And how is OpenAI handling the potential for AI-generated misinformation, especially in high-stakes areas like news and finance? How does it verify the sources? Because, I mean, you can find anything you want to back up any argument online. How does it know that this source is a real source and not a fake news source, and then aggregate that information so that it doesn't hallucinate?
Well, that's where ChatGPT has an advantage. Now, if you remember a few episodes back, we discussed about the ability or the actual deals which ChatGPT did with news sources like News Corp. Now they have plethora of information available with them, which are verified journalist information available to them on their databases and for the search as well. So they are able to actually qualify and research that information to verify the source of it. Because the assumption is that if it comes from a news channel, it has to be verified and confirmed, right? So that's the advantage which ChatGPT has over all the other players like Perplexity and everybody else. Again, Google doesn't have that either. They don't have a deal with a thing like News Corp, for instance. So they have a better chance to get more accurate information backed up by a trusted brand and news source like News Corp. And there are deals like that done. Some of these deals have been done behind closed doors, so we don't even know what the deals are. But they have that ability to do that. Plus, what they have with their AI is superior to anybody else, as we discussed before. So, with their AI and the sources, they are in a much better place right now than anybody else in the market.
Yeah, yeah. Now, ChatGPT Search includes attributions and follow-up questions to encourage kind of deeper exploration. And this is what we've seen on Perplexity before, especially if using that co-pilot function. Do you think this interactive approach will be enough to overcome concerns about traffic cannibalization from publishers, or will AI-driven search inevitably impact website visits?
There's no doubt that eventually with SGE from Google, which is Search Generative Experience, Perplexity, ChatGPT Search, it will cannibalize the website's traffic for sure. Eventually that will be impacted. But there will be measures being put in eventually to give the power back to the publishers on the websites. Why is that? Because if you take away the actual carrot to build this content in the first place, we won't get enough new content, and that will then the whole purpose of AI will be defeated. So there will be some incentives put in. One of them is attribution to the content itself, but there might be other opportunities like paying people money for the content they have created. Now, if you look at X.com, which was earlier called Twitter, they're paying users for making viral tweets, which go viral. They go viral. They get paid every month. So similarly, I feel there will be an opportunity there to actually do that, and also there will be potential options where they highlight these websites even more so that they get more traffic.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing. That brings us to the end of this episode. We want to know, what's your take? Do you think AI-driven tools like this will enhance how we find information, or are you concerned about the impact on traditional search engines and publishers? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave them in the comment. And as always, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow or subscribe. Share this with your mates as well. And thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.